can't be with our families either.
You all are not related?
Oh, no.
Really? The way you were teasing and talking to each other, I thought you were family for sure. Isn't that something?
Well, isn't it funny how sometimes it takes a total stranger to point out something that's been right there?
Sick and crazy. And to know what I have and that there are a lot of other people who have the same thing.
I don't like the name. I think I ought to have a better name.
Well, that's what Dr. Chang said. Chronic fatigue syndrome makes it sound like I'm just a tired person when it is so much more than that.
I ran off with a gas station attendant twice my age to get married in Mexico. When I was 17, I hitchhiked to New York, and for 2 months I was a rockette under an assumed name.
Tyler's Landing kind of pales in comparison.
I stand corrected. How did you...
Rose, honey, you've got to stop torturing yourself like this. Now, Count Bessie is gone.
I know. It's just such a tragedy. Who cooks a musician at the height of her...
Well, it feels like hell, Dorothy. How do you go through this for years at a stretch?
I have compassionate friends around me.
Well, I guess eventually this was bound to happen. I can just feel my femininity slipping through my fingers. And in the adults, there's no reason for me to be embarrassed.
Blanche, honey, it's such a beautiful night. Doug and I are going to go out for a little walk.
Okay.
Don't wait up.
Well, enjoy your walk. I'm fine. I'm okay. I can deal with this. Oh, look, they're skipping. Oh, God! Joke, just a joke.
Give you swollen glands, sore throat, and all the other symptoms. Now, there are certain blood tests which we'll do, and if those results are abnormal, that combined with the exclusion of the other diseases will compose a profile that actually thousands of people fit.
So I really have something real.
I would say you most certainly do. But we should have our answers in a couple of weeks.
Now, what do you think?
I think Lisa Bonet spent more on the ring in her nose.
Don't listen to her, Stanley. It's beautiful. I'm sure Catherine will love it.
You mean it?
Not a word.
Babe, it's a real diamond. What's wrong with it?
I think the more appropriate question is, where is it?
Sophia! Well, where'd she go? The wedding's about to start. Is that you, Sophia?
No, it's Merlin Olsen. I'm watering my forget-me-not bouquet. Honey, we've come to help you get ready. The wedding is off.
Go on, baby. Go on.
Rose, I thought we decided that pig was going to stay in the pen out back.
Oh, he didn't like it there. It was too confining. Oh, baby's a free spirit, a wanderer, a rebel. You know, in a lot of ways, he reminds me of Jimmy Dean. We don't want to lose him. Bye-bye.
I better get to the office.
We're not done yet.
Couldn't it wait?
Well, no, it cannot wait. George, the kids are gone. You're never here. I have nothing to do anymore.
What do your friends do?
Shop, have lunch, some play golf, some have affairs.
Which ones are having affairs?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on.
Is he asleep?
You need any help?
We're going to have that baby till college. Shh.
So, how was dinner?
I'm still in shock.
What happened?
I just can't believe it.
What?
You know, you just never think you're going to hear that.
Blanche, tell me.
She's dying. How old do you think Rose is?
Well, based upon her letter, we figure 9 or 10.
To be perfectly honest, she's closer to 10. Blanche, could I see you in the kitchen just for a moment? Was there anything we can get you? Coffee, tea, pair of leaves? He's the guy who stood me up for my senior prom.
Oh, Dorothy, I had no idea you were stood up for your prom. Oh, that's awful. I figured you didn't go, but to be stood up.
No, John Noretti was...
In Mr. William Shakespeare's masterpiece, Macbeth, I feel sure after our date he'll make a decision in my favor.
Oh, wait. Come on. Now, Blanche, you're not just using this guy to get a part in a play.
Of course not, Dorothy. I'm going to let him use me to get a part in a play.
Blanche?
Does he have a friend for Dorothy? We know this is...
I can't help it. I'm so upset. Seeing my sorority sisters was just dreadful.
Oh, what happened?
It was just as if time had stood still for 30 years. Every woman there looked wonderful. They'd hardly aged at all.
I saw a movie like that once. All the women were sucked up into flying saucers.
I feel like such a fool.
Oh, me too.
Oh, fine, right, Ma?
That was a hollow victory. Time has taken its toll on Gladys. She's not the fierce competitor she once was.
You know, for the talent section, she was supposed to do a medley from the Fantastics. She started with Try to Remember, and she couldn't.
Nice outfits, girls.
Now that we're alone, tell me all about yourself.
You first.
I've always been the kind of person who liked to have fun. Oh, Dorothy, do you realize it has been 4 days since I have enjoyed the company of a man?
I know, Blanche. Oh, great, great.
Dorothy, do we have heart disease in our family?
No, Ma.
How did Uncle Mario die?
Oh, don't you remember? He was carrying out the garbage and dropped his gun, and it went off and shot him in the forehead.
Oh, yeah, right. What a klutz. Didn't Aunt Teresa have a heart attack?
This eerie feeling that George has actually walked right back into my life. Oh, Rose, Dorothy, I'm falling in love.
Novelty night.
What's more, my female instincts tell me that Jamie feels the same way about me. Oh, it wouldn't surprise me if...
You know, Jerry, when I was a little girl, my father misplaced his daily planner, too. It was when we were on the way to the state fair. Speaking of state fairs, is it true that you're cheap?
Oh, my goodness, we have company.
Too happy. I mean, why am I so happy? Is this too good to be true?
You are such a pessimist, always looking on the dark side.
Well, a fine pessimist I'd be if I didn't. Oh, girls, group hug.
Dorothy. Oh, Dorothy.
Committed, and then the guests try to solve them?
Exactly.
That sounds like fun. You know, back in Minnesota, I was known as the Sherlock Holmes of St. Olaf.
Figured out which one was Shinola, did you, Rose?
The hard way.
I sure hope this weekend is a...
Expensive restaurant. And I went to the powder room, and when I returned to the table, there was an open bottle of Dom Perignon and 2 filled glasses. And we clinked the glasses in a toast, and Stan gave me a coy smile, and I winked at him, and then I just...
Against dead people. I've never seen one. I never intend to.
Didn't you see your husband when he was dead?
Oh, no, I cannot look at dead people. That's why I don't even watch the news. Every now and then they sneak a corpse in on you. You could be watching a perfectly lovely little story about Central America. All of a sudden, bam, a dead body.
This is ridiculous. I mean, here we... Oh, come on, Ma. We're leaving.
Wait, I gotta see at least one man bat. What a hit!
I got it. I got it. I got it.
Ma, you all right?
Fine, fine. Only next time, Salvador, either we stop lower on the bed or remove the headboard.
Stanley, if you're doing what I think you're doing, you're in big trouble.
I was just remembering the first time you ever kicked me out of bed and I had to sleep on the floor.
Emil Zun... Ma, you want the bed facing the TV or the one next to the window?
I want the bed next to Burt Reynolds.
Fine, I'll take this one. Ma, you all right?
Yeah. Just a little relapse from the...
Strong, confident, sophisticated man to appreciate you. But honey, they're out there, wanting you as much as you want them.
I knew it had to be something like that. Thank you, Dorothy.
There really is one.
What's the most romantic thing a man ever did for you, Dorothy?
Oh, well, the most romantic thing was when Stan proposed. Oh, he took me to a very expensive...
Alone. Oh, no, don't you leave, girls. Don't you leave. I want my friends here to share my happiness, my enormous happiness. Honey, tell me all about Paris. Where'd you live? Where'd you work?
Where'd you find jeans that size?
Sophia.
No, Mama, it's okay. I may have lost my figure, but I still have my...
Terrific!
Hi, Rose. Let me change capes and we'll be on our way.
In my office, terrific, now.
Say please, Mr. Producer. Little twerp. He was on my show when he was 5. He sat on my...
Of course, he also said sitting on cold concrete will cause hemorrhoids. So we just sort of learned when to ignore him. Oh, my God.
Rose,
Honey?
what happened? Honey.
Call an ambulance. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, it is. Where did I go wrong with you?
You didn't. You're a great mother.
If I were a great mother, you would be graduating from medical school, not playing doctor with my best friend's daughter here in this house.
Mom, sorry. I know it wasn't the right time or place, and it ended up embarrassing you, Grandma, and your friends.
As long as I'm here, what do you say, babe? For old time's sake. You want to go to bed? Dorothy! Dorothy, let go. It was a joke. You're hurting me. You're really hurting me.
Leaving tomorrow.
Dorothy, move the coffee table. I want to do a cartwheel.
I must return to Czechoslovakia immediately because of something very valuable I learned here.
You finally understood what I was saying in the bookstore.
No. It was story Rose told...
Italian cook. Everybody's a comedian today.
Rose, everything okay down at the counseling center?
Yes, finally. We had a manic depressive overload. But luckily, Dr. Ferguson had heard some new knock-knock jokes, and that seemed to do the trick.
Knock.
Who's there?
Phil had great taste. That's one of the things I loved about him the most from the beginning. His sense of style. You know, we were married for 26 years. And my family still talks about that wedding dress. God, I wish I could wear a plunging neckline like that.
And a bitter divorce.
And possibly given birth to reasonably attractive children.
It does seem like the right thing to do. I'm comfortable with Buddy. I mean, everything seems so natural. It's easier.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am?
How would you like to go home for a little while and spend Christmas Eve with your family?
Oh, I'd love to. But
No, if you trust us, we'd be happy to watch the place while you're gone.
Ooh. Can you cook?
Are you black?
Ma, what's the matter?
I can't sleep all night long, tossing and turning. I'd get more rest on Space Mountain.
I'm sorry, Ma. I can't help it.
Hey, I could live with the tossing and turning. Your cold feet are what's driving me crazy. It's like having 2 size 9 fudgicles pressed up against my butt.
What happened? You shot my balls.
Thank God, I hated that thing.
What are you doing shooting? Are you crazy? I heard a noise. I thought it was the robbers.
I managed to live 81 years. I survived pneumonia, 2 operations, a stroke. One night I'll
I was always told my dad died before I was born. And then I found my birth certificate, and there, listed as my father, was George Devereaux.
Well, maybe there was another George Devereaux in Miami.
And this was the address in my mom's old book.
who also lived in this house.
Believe.
I've been tinkering with the heater, trying to get it to work.
Oh, Rose, you're a genius.
Boy, that's a sentence you don't hear every day.
She's working great now, except for one little thing. I turned the air conditioner on instead of the heater, and now it won't go off.
Great! Now it's going to be colder inside than it is outside.
I think...
Careful, Arthur. Watch your step.
Blanche, if I only could.
Oh, forgive me, sugar. Well, here, I'll watch it for you, you poor thing.
Probably you're sick. Now, I want you to see Michael Chang. He's a virologist on staff here at the hospital. You know, there are all kinds of diseases we didn't know about before. Look at Lyme disease.
Harry, am I going to die?
I'm afraid so.
You really think so?
Sooner or later, I guarantee it.
She loved it. She took it to bed with her. She taught it to fetch. She'd throw a ball and he'd bring it back, and she'd throw a ball and he'd bring it back. Well, I guess I don't have to tell you that's pretty much what fetch is. Boom, 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 Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him 2 lips like roses and clover, and tell him that his lonesome nights are over.
Committed, and then the guests try to solve them?
Exactly. That sounds like fun. You know, back in Minnesota, I was known as the Sherlock Holmes of St. Olaf.
Figured out which one was Shinola, did you, Rose?
The hard way.
I sure hope this weekend is a...
Sophia, I really appreciate you giving up your room. It's just so much more fun having the family here than at a hotel.
I bet you're pretty excited about the visit.
Oh, yes. And a little nervous.
Nervous?
Why on earth would you be nervous at your daughter and your granddaughter?
My friend Maria...
Shut up! Just shut up, you babbling, bubble-headed, bleached blonde...
Baboon.
Baboon!
She needed a bee.
Oh, come on, Gloria. That is the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Dorothy, even with all my money, you have so much more than I do. You have Ma and your friends and your work and... Your life just seems so much more important than mine.
Oh, come on. You said the exact same things to me before you took me to Shady. I'll go pretty up.
Rose? Another slice of cheesecake, Blanche.
Oh, I really shouldn't.
Honey, what I'm gonna do? Lately, you've been eating like a bird.
Yeah, Rodan.
But now you're here in front of me and you can't run away. And I finally get to have what you tried to cheat me out of. I finally get to say goodbye, Stanley.
Look, Dorothy,
I said goodbye, Stanley.
Decorations in Macy's window, the show at Radio City, skaters on the ice at Mitsubishi Center.
In the old days on Christmas Eve, we used to go to midnight mass. Remember, Dorothy?
Sure I do. Oh, Ma. The music.
Dorothy, you just have to believe me.
It's not enough that you have had half the men in Dade County. You have to have everyone else's man. It is pathetic.
I have just never felt so betrayed in all my life. All right, I haven't been a good friend to a lot of people, but I have been a very good friend to you, Dorothy. And you take care, Rose.
Happy Mother's Day.
That's a really sweet story, Rose.
Yeah, right. So sell it to the Reader's Digest. Now let's get out of here.
Must be Michael. Hello? Hello, Michael.
Okay, that's it.
Considering you were in a convertible.
You know, Clay, I've been thinking a lot about what you told me today, and I've also been thinking a lot about that boy out at Rex's drive-in, and honey, the two pictures don't go together. There's just something wrong with one of them.
I don't feel any tingling. When's it gonna hit me?
What are you doing? I was making a souffle and it got away from me.
Dorothy Zbornak, ZB.
Let's go, Dorothy.
Boy, this is creepy. I mean, fake names?
Well, honey, it makes sense. People who test positive have trouble getting insurance, jobs. It's terrible.
Well, the whole process.
Imperfect, but if you can just let her live, I promise I'll try to be a better person. And if, in your infinite wisdom, you decide to start the aging process on me, I will understand. And I promise.
Well, you're really angry, aren't you? Where has this louse been all these years? But I assure you, there's an explanation. Halibut.
I'm sure there is. I bet you're quite a smooth talker. I'm sure it wasn't the uniform that my mother fell for.
How to tie a square knot.
Well, I am glad somebody taught you how to do this.
I just love to watch you two kiss. The last picture was a little blurry. It was hard to tell who was who. No offense, Pussycat.
Pussycat, huh? Nobody's called me that since then.
How much longer are we going to circle the airport, Rose? You want to bring this baby in?
Well, when she took the puppy to get his shots, the vet told her the bad news. He said, Mary Jane, this is no chihuahua. This is a rat.
You're telling me that you're not going to take me back?
Yes, Stanley, that's right.
Let me get this straight. You're definitely not going to take me back?
Look, Stanley, I'm sorry.
Dorothy, I'd like to hear the rest of this, but I better get down to the lobby and grab Chrissy before somebody else does.
If you'd marry me, you'd make me the happiest woman in the world.
I think I'm going to cry.
Blue skies of Hawaii smile on this our wedding day.
Well, thank you, Mrs.
Dorothy.
Oh.
Did you not sleep again last night?
No, and it's been 3 nights in a row.
Honey, have you tried drinking warm milk before you go to bed?
No, I can't drink warm milk. It reminds me of the time Cousin Enoch fell into the vat of milk at the dairy.
Goodness, was he hurt?
Oh, you're getting there, rest. You're doing fine.
Dr. Jackson, outside call. Dr. Jackson, outside call.
You know why I call you Pussycat, Pussycat?
Why, Ma? Because you only gave me yarn for Christmas?
Oh.
Blanche, wake up. People are looking at you.
What? Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I was having an erotic dream. You know, your father used to do a thing with feathers when we were first married. But he was too late.
And a hint of turbulence.
This is Captain Malone again. Looks like we're running right into the eye teeth of a big tropical storm.
I'm a dead woman.
Fortunately, that means we're going to have to turn around and return to Miami. I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
Did you hear that, girls? We're saved.
Ran into a tropical storm, so we had to turn around and come back.
And the plane was entirely full of bald men.
They were all former Mr. Cleans on their way to a reunion in the Bahamas.
So, tell us about the cooking contest.
The competition was fierce. It came down to my muscles
and the nails.
Oh, Ma, these tickets were sent out 4 months ago. You gave them the wrong address.
Oh, yeah, here it is, my old address from Sicily. 2 miles west of Palermo, underneath the old bridge.
You used to live under a bridge? Poor hungry people in the neighborhood, and I've volunteered to go down and help serve. That'll do the trick for me.
Okay, then let's do it. Come on, now look. Remember, you only buy for the person whose name you pick. And it doesn't matter who picks you because it's bound to be a terrific gift. Go ahead, Blanche.
Oh, okay. Okay, I buy...
Please, don't close the door on the rest of our lives. I love you, Dorothy. Took me a while to realize I always have.
Well, I'm ready for John. Oh, I've waited a long time for this night.
Dorothy, I'm begging you, don't go out with this guy. He hurt you once, he'll hurt you again.
I am not going out with him.
But you said you were going to make him suffer. Don't you have to date a man to do that?
Not this time. No.
Cold, frigid, hardly likes men at all.
And she's ugly, isn't she?
Ugly is a pretty strong word, Rose.
And wrinkled, isn't she?
She is not wrinkled.
And fat.
Stop that!
I gave myself a perm and took up jazzercise. You bought a car without telling me?
How can I explain it? When I sat behind the wheel, people noticed me. People paid attention. That car was a chick magnet.
That is it, Stanley. That's it.
Well, Frank Nan, I haven't seen you since that weekend in Pensacola.
Goosey Lucy.
That's right. We did have fun, Squeezy Wheezy.
No, I mean, you'd be perfect for the part of Goosey Lucy.
To you, but we happen to love her, so we want to know how she is regardless. So from now on, I want to be informed every hour on the hour. Do you understand me?
I'm sorry, sir. I'll see that you're kept informed.
You were magnificent.
I have my moments. Well, what do you want?
Sure.
Yes, may I come in?
Oh, please, please, come right in. May I take your height? A hat.
Thank you. You must be Dorothy. Rose has told me all about you.
I wish I could say the same.
Dorothy, I'm sorry about this misunderstanding.
I know. It's all right.
Okay, everybody. We're ready to serve the appetizers.
Come on, Frank. We're eating out on the lanai.
No, exactly.
I think you're going to have to feed Buster for a while. Goodbye, Rose. And when you see me at work, don't say good morning. Don't leave me those cheery notes. And please don't put on those little puppet shows over the partition. In fact, don't ever think of me again.
And I strutted up to you and I said, may I have this dance?
And I said, the pleasure would be all mine.
And I said, I know it. Oh, those damn eyes. I still haven't seen...
This is not just a plate, mister. This is a family heirloom. It's great-great-grandma Nyland's ceremonial wedding plate.
A wedding plate?
Yes. The bride's family fills the plate with fruit, and then at the wedding, all the guests eat from it. And when the last piece is gone, that's when the bride and groom leave to start their wedding night, which takes place in
this afternoon.
Pardon me?
Now, that's just a little joke to ease the tension of the moment.
Right. I tried to think of something funny to say this afternoon when Art walked in on us. But standing there in my shorts, nothing came to mind.
He's
feisty, zesty, and full of old world charm, Sophia.
She's mopey, dopey, and full of crap, Rose's sister. Don't mess with me, kid. I have a home court advantage.
Gotcha.
Dorothy, how did this start? Cole Porter?
Gershwin.
Thank God I came in time.
We've certainly had some good times, haven't we, girls?
Yes, we have. And we'd like to have more. So would you please leave?
I am talking about your date, Rose. Who is this secret man you're seeing?
Oh, it's not a secret. His name's Ray. He's a friend of Miles.
You are dating a friend of Miles, you scallywag.
You skunkweed.
What's that mean?
I don't know. What is yours? Like you don't shovel it in by the pound every chance you get.
Girls, I really don't feel very good. I gave this a shot, but I can't make it.
No, Rose, yes, you can.
No, I can't.
Rose!
I can't, Dorothy. It's too hard.
Just admit that this is all because you don't like Barbara Thorndike.
Oh, God, I don't like Barbara Thorndike. I think she's a phony.
Oh, this from a woman who tells her dates that she was Angie Dickinson's body double and dressed to kill.
That's just a little white lie.
Oh, yeah, then why is it on your job resume?
Blanche? I'm starting to chicken out.
Now, Rose, honey, don't you be self-conscious. There's probably lots of people here with bodies much worse than yours and Dorothy's.
Well, then...
Tough room, but don't worry, I'm highly qualified. By the way, what actually does an activities director do?
Well, basically, you'll pop in the video rental, be a fourth for bridge, a buddy. If you do well, we'll have trouble telling you from the other residents.
I could do that.
Good. Well, if you need me, I'll be in my office. Oh, by the way...
That's why I make him out to be more than he is.
Then you will give him the money.
No, but I'll give it to you. Under one condition. Don't ever tell Stanley it came from me.
I don't understand.
Well, Stanley has a tendency to be weak. If he knew I was a soft touch, he'd never amount to anything.
This is Herb Shrewsbury, our lawyer.
So what are my chances, Shyster, or do you prefer ambulance chaser?
Yeah, he's here to help you. Are you nuts?
If it helps.
Well, the trial is set for a month from now, so I'm going to need some character witnesses.
Maybe you should start by interviewing me. I hate phone calls in the middle of the night. Now I'll never get back to sleep. I'm as jumpy as a virgin at a prison rodeo.
Boy, that's pretty jumpy. Hi, Rose. Tell me, did you get a chance to play around with those lyrics I gave you?
Yeah, listen to this.
Hey, that sounds great. Let's take it from the top.
From the top. Oh, that sounds so musical.
Good. And in keeping with that spirit, I sold you to the Sultan of Fatah.
Ma.
What? You're a substitute teacher. It'll be just like the king and I.
Ma, why do you do this?
I want you to be happy.
I am happy. Look, Ma, I know that you think there's something missing from my life, but there isn't.
You told us, Blanche, because he's blind.
Yes, because he's blind, but you don't know what it meant to me dating a blind man. John took away the one thing I'd always felt secure about, my looks. Now, how do I always attract men? By being pretty, by acting sexy, showing a little leg. With John, those things don't work. I spent half the time on
skimpy outfits collecting phone numbers.
That's not true. I was not in a skimpy outfit, and I got all these.
Hello, my name is Yvonne. Have you been here before?
See, you go to a woman's gym, you get hit on by a woman.
I work here.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to imply anything.
She just thought trying to save her from making the biggest mistake of her life.
You don't know that. Sophia, I know you're only trying to protect her, but let me tell you about a lesson that I learned when I was a little girl in St. Olaf. If you hold a bird gently, the bird will stay. But if you...
Bear.
Yeah, the bear dream.
I hated that dream.
A bear is eating you. What's to love? You were so cute. You were always so polite when you woke me. Mommy, I'm having a bad dream.
Sophia, what's the point?
The point is, I lost a fortune.
Well, what does that have to do with getting Dorothy and Blanche back together?
Nothing. I told you, stay out of it.
You will never guess who I just got off the phone with.
Trudy McMahon, your best friend from high school. She's coming to Miami for your high school reunion.
Sophia, that's incredible. You must have ESP.
No, I have a phone extension in my bedroom.
Ma, how many... Blanche, I told you I'm not going to do it.
Well, then you are making a big mistake. If you don't make yourself more interesting to Miles, you're going to lose him. Listen, he's at school every day with other women just looking for trouble.
Oh, no, he is not.
Okay, look at him right now, talking to that young thing. I know exactly what he's saying, too. Say, hey,
Sam, don't you remember I called you and told you I'd be here?
Of course. Of course, Virginia.
No, darling, Virginia couldn't come. I'm Blanche. Here, look. Brought you a little present.
Lace handkerchiefs. My.
Well, you know you always used to...
Liked you. He'd hang around here all the time. He's a yutz. Who needs him around here?
Dorothy.
Oh, thank God you came when you did. I thought she was going to strangle me.
I take it you weren't able to...
We'll figure something.
Wearing a marinara suit.
I'll get it.
Now that I'm taking Spanish, I'm going to totally immerse myself in the culture. From now on, I'm only speaking Spanish. I'm eating Spanish food, I'm wearing Spanish clothes, and I'm rereading the covers of my Julio Iglesias albums. Well, I finally got Miles to forgive me. He must have made me promise 1,000,000 times that I would never, ever doubt him again.
Rose, I have the detective's report here, and I think we ought to read it.
Okay. Rose. Dorothy, I want to hear that report because I do trust Miles. And it'll prove that both of you should too. Time tonight. And don't forget, I'm taking you out tomorrow for your birthday. My treat.
Oh, no, Rose, I forgot to tell you. My daughter Caroline is flying in for my birthday tomorrow. Well, maybe we could all go out to lunch. You know, I'm very anxious for you two to get together.
Well, instead of going out, why don't you two come here for lunch? I'll cook something special.
I am never speaking to that low-down scuzzball ever again. He changed his mind.
Hello? Yes, this is Rose. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, okay. Bye.
Nightmares, monsters in the closet, and you'd always let me sleep in your room. You remember, Ma? And I remember how you and Pop would get me to stop crying. You'd put your arms around me and kiss me and say, as long as you're in my arms, everything's going to be okay.
Got me a coach, so there's no reason I can't have a natural birth even in a hospital.
Oh, Becky, that's wonderful. And, darling, I'll go to Atlanta with you. I'll be right outside your door the whole time.
No, I think I better have the baby here in Miami. I don't feel much like traveling.
Well, I just thought you'd be happier giving birth in a place...
Adelaide, when a close member of the family thinks that she might move out, well, even though we might be happy for her, it's a little upsetting.
Well, if you're worried about the house, don't be. Even if I do move to Charleston, I'll make arrangements for you all to stay here as long as you like.
Oh, Blanche, that's so sweet of you. Hi there. Ma!
Ma, what's the matter?
Everyone is fine. No one died. The home burnt down.
My God, are you all right? How'd you get here?
I hitched.
Ma.
A cab. I took a cab.
Well, you should have called.
I'm perfectly capable of managing by myself.
Blanche, I am miserable.
It is mind over matter, Dorothy. Now, you can do it. You can get up off that couch. You feel better already. You're not sick anymore, Dorothy. You can heal yourself. Walk, Dorothy, walk.
Hey, just because you put your...
And then she feels better.
It scares me a lot.
Well, anyway, good luck to you both. Come along, Clarice.
Help me.
Did you see that? I tell you, some people should not be allowed near children.
Hello, hello. Hi, Blanche. How are you, sweet mother? Mwah.
We're out of pepperoni.
Did you call Dan Rather?
I'm starving.
I defrosted some chicken. We'll eat in half an hour.
I can't eat chicken. It repeats on me.
Look, Ma, you don't have to make excuses if you don't want... Rose, it's the middle of September. What are you doing?
Oh, it's a banner Charlie made. I thought it'd be nice to have some good memories of him around me. He put it up every year. He was one of a kind, all right. Loved Christmas.
Loved Christmas.
Take you home.
I've always found that to be true.
Right now, I feel like the little kid at the orphanage.
Okay, Rose. I'm going to tell you a little story about a young girl in high school.
Bigger part than I'd realized.
That must have been awful.
Oh, it was. I don't know any neuter flocking twins. The mind is a powerful thing.
Think of the 99% you don't use.
Anyway, I stopped at a gas station.
To run. Suddenly you were out of sight. It was very painful for me.
For me, too. I ran face first into the crossing signal.
Rose, have dinner with me tonight. You know, Miles can have you for the rest of his life, but...
Oh, wait, Uncle Gustav. Well, actually, he hung in the barn. But that was only when he discovered his horse had defeated him for water commissioner. Been through.
Yellowstone Park, Rose. Raising children.
My mother always used to say, the older you get, the better you get. Unless you're a banana.
Well, I think we ought to call up those child services people and tell them we want to keep Emily and raise her ourselves.
Empty, lonely, solar-heated water pad.
No need to say a word. I understand. Here you go, honey.
Dorothy, wait. Chrissy, there is nothing to discuss.
Oh, but Stickman. I mean, the girl flew all the way from... Should get to keep Mr. Ha-Ha's kidney.
Guess who's back? That's right! And now it's time for the Mr. Ha-Ha birthday roundup. When I call your name...
Stanley.
Girls, I've made a decision.
What is it, Blanche?
There's just too many precious memories in this house. I'm not about to trade them in for a few lousy dollars.
It's Yakamura. He's doubled his offer.
Tell him we'll be out by the 1st of the month.
Your cheek.
Thank you very much, Dorothy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go wash the squashed bug off my face.
Yeah, just a minute. Won't be very long.
Okie dokie, take your time.
There's somebody in the bathroom.
Well, he said he wouldn't be long.
All the way here from the dealership. I'm exhausted. We're going to have to take a cab.
Hold your horses. We got something to talk about. First of all, how did you rob that bank?
It was a magnificent heist. I moved with cat-like precision.
Rocco, you're in big trouble.
Here it is. I found it.
You found what?
The lens, which I'm now going to rinse out in the solution that we have too much of.
Thank goodness you're here. I made up that ridiculous explanation, hoping I'd run into you. So you live here, too?
My bedroom, just see if we can't loosen you up a little.
Oh, I'm not sure. See, my lawyer, my doctor. Sorry, I got them mixed up. They're both in the same mall.
You just forget about that old doctor. I know a little bit about physical therapy myself.
I'm sure you do, but
In fact, if it'll make you feel any better, I have a complete nurse's outfit hanging up in my closet.
Oh, no. In fact, it began the annual tradition of the St. Olaf milk diving tournament. I won 3 times in the low-fat division. Eventually, they discontinued the event when several spectators were caught dipping their Oreo cookies in the winner's swim trunks.
Everything worked out after all.
Were you 3 listening to our conversation?
Absolutely not. You know we would never eavesdrop.
They made me do it. When I turn my hearing aid up to 10, I can hear a canary break wind in Lauderdale. From the second he stepped out on the stage, I don't know, something happened.
You fainted, that's what happened. I spent the rest of the evening in the ladies' room trying to revive you. It wasn't until a couple years later that I got another chance to see Sinatra. Stan bought tickets for my birthday, but 2 weeks before the concert, he... Ma Blanche had her dream.
Are you all right? I think so. You know, usually I feel so empty when I realize George isn't here, but this time it's different.
How?
Well, I don't know. The dream was different. Oh, wait.
Oh, come on, Gloria. That is the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Dorothy, even with all my money, you have so much more than I do. You have Ma and your friends and your work and... Your life just seems so much more important than mine.
World? This is outrageous.
Dorothy, just look at this man. He is obviously guilty as sin. I don't even know why they're bothering with a trial.
What trial?
Oh, the Duncan Osgood trial. You know, that big society murder over in Palm Beach?
What makes you so sure he's guilty?
His wife was found at the bottom of their private lake clutching...
Even if people aren't listening.
He should have taken you with him.
Anyway, after he was fired, he worked for an iron company. He sold other things, but horseshoes were his specialty. He had a sense of humor about it. We couldn't pass a horse without Charlie saying, "Can I show you something?"
Just doesn't belong with certain people. He's a blue jeans kind of guy. This is a black tie affair. We wouldn't have any fun.
Blanche, sometimes you act just like a woman I knew in St. Olaf.
Please, no one say what woman.
Blanche, Jake is crazy about you. You'll break his heart.
It's okay that you loved him.
I did love him. He was my son, my little boy. But every time I saw him, I always wondered what I did, what I said, when...
Greetings, boys and girls. Coffee is hot. A stove is hot. Angie Dickinson is hot. Very funny, Mr. Stage Manager. And now, boys and girls, we're going to see...
Just doesn't like her.
Thank you, Rose. Incidentally, you look fat.
Well, I say the time for subtlety has passed. If you want this man, go after him.
Have you seen my mother?
She mentioned something about having a headache. I think she's in her room.
Hanging herself.
Oh, hi, everybody.
Oh, how you feeling?
Oh, much better. Say, how about going out to dinner, have some fun?
Mama, can we talk for a minute?
I'll make the reservations. Where would you like to eat?
I want you to be part of...
You feel like going for a walk?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, thank you. This is so cute. I think they're going for a walk.
Rose, now get away from that door.
I can't help but I just think it's amazing that a man would look up his first love after all these... Get these.
I'll give you one guess.
You slept with the teacher?
Of course I didn't sleep with the teacher. You have to be very careful these days. I promised I would if he'd give me the answers. I call it states. I'm borrowing your earrings. Lord, I'd love to get a facelift by 8 o'clock.
Blanche, who is Harry?
Oh, girls, he's just wonderful. He's very gallant. He's a perfect gentleman. He's a great dancer. And he doesn't make noises when he chews.
Chewing that class president in the 3rd grade.
Why, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, his campaign slogan was vote for me and I'll show you my wee-wee. He won by a landslide. In years. Honey, you know, anybody would feel out of her league in a room full of college professors. You should have a home field advantage. Why don't you invite him over here?
Dorothy's right. We can create the illusion that you're interested.
Buzz off.
I'll spot you 25 points.
Oh, man.
That's that drink.
Waitress, a magnum of your best champagne. So, how you ladies been enjoying your vacation?
As a child, during the Depression, I had to have my wisdom teeth extracted by a shoemaker. That was more fun than this.
Ladies, let's face it, the island...
Now there was $1 million idea.
$1 million was a bargain for that idea.
That business was Sal's dream. Too bad it didn't work out.
Yeah, bad timing.
Hey, Who's? I don't know.
Oh, honey, please. We're really sorry.
Well, I might forgive you, but I can't speak for Baby.
Is there something we can do to smooth things over?
Well, a kiss on the...
Known each other a long time. I mean, things like this just happen. There is nothing wrong with two people showing each other how they feel. We're just friends.
We're scum.
Herring balls?
Oh, it's... For your information, I'm not here to audition.
Why are you here?
I realized I had no talent, so I decided to become an agent. Why Ryan O'Neal hasn't come to the same conclusion, I'll never understand. Anyway, I'm proud to announce I'm the exclusive worldwide representative of the Donatello Triplets.
Now I lay me down to sleep. You know, I'd almost forgotten about that night.
With all of us cramped into that bed, I had to sleep in positions I never thought possible.
Me too.
Honey, be reasonable. Now, why won't you give the bear back?
Because he belongs to me.
He does not belong to you, sweetheart. No, he belongs to Rose.
She gave him to me.
But, honey, I had no right to do that.
You mean you made a mistake?
Yes, that's all it was, just a silly mistake.
Up for you until 2 in the morning, and you still weren't home.
Oh, yeah, Gertie and I and some of the girls went to Wolfie's to pick up guys.
I called Wolfie's at 11. You weren't there.
Guess who got lucky?
Oh, God. Well, I guess we should get back to work.
Oh, I suppose so, but you know, a big meal always makes me so sleepy.
Is that why you usually go right to bed after a date buys you dinner?
A distant cousin of mine married a local St. Olaf girl.
What was the girl's name?
Sonia Jungen...
Jungen Fraulich Steiner, bro?
You know her?
Know her? I was flower girl at the wedding. Well, of course, there were no...
Hello, hello. Hi, Blanche. How are you, sweet mother? Mwah.
We're out of pepperoni.
Did you call Dan Rather?
I'm starving.
I defrosted some chicken. We'll eat in half an hour.
I can't eat chicken. It repeats on me.
Look, Ma, you don't have to make excuses if you don't want...
Well, my wife never remarried after the divorce, and I never stopped loving her, Rose.
I see.
Now, Rose, I have to give this a shot. I really think I can make things work.
Oh, I hope you can, Ernie.
I know this is sudden, but it's something I really need to try.
Oh, I understand.
Plumber, could I see some identification?
So, you two are the Proud Parents of the new Dolan Standard Low Boy, huh?
Yes, we're sending out engraved.
Realize the significance of football in the South. I've had men break dates with me to go to football games.
Oh, come on. Nobody's going to kill me over a high school football game.
They killed this fish. Dorothy, please, I'm scared.
All right, Ma. Nothing to be scared about.
Whatever you think I did. I hope it was worth all the pain.
You show disrespect for our family, and family is sacred where I come from. Phil knew how I felt. You think it was easy for me? I did what I had to do.
But what did I do?
You know very well what you did.
I swear.
Dorothy, what the hell is going on here?
Revenge! It suddenly occurred to me, what if this was the ultimate practical joke? So I dragged it out of Jack, and the two of us cooked up this topper.
Oh, Jack, I can't believe you went along with this.
So I got in bed with Dorothy. It was a joke.
Dorothy, once we get in there, we have to exercise psychological control. That's why I'm wearing this suit.
You make me sick.
Hey, everyone knows good guys wear white. This suit subliminally tells the auditor I'm a good guy.
I could vomit just looking at you.
Mr. and Mrs. Bornak, step into my office, please.
Oh. No. And your name was?
Jason Stillman. Did you happen to see Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Yes.
Well, I was in the party scene. Audrey Hepburn spilled a drink on me, but they cut it out.
Oh, I'm in. No.
These are my roommates, Blanche, Rose. Please, sit down.
Oh, thank you.
Well, why don't you begin by telling us a little about yourself?
Well, there isn't much to tell. I'm hardworking and honest, and I'll work for a reasonable wage.
That's it?
All right, I won't go on.
My butt is stuck to the chair.
Here, Sophie, I'll help you.
Oh, I'll do that, Blanche.
No, that's all right, Rose.
Look, that's what a personal servant is for.
Rose, I'm sorry. I just don't feel comfortable having you work for me.
I do. You want to be my servant, Rose?
Blanche, I'm not talking about big things. I'm talking about little things, like doing your laundry.
You know, we have these people who are coming to visit, and we still haven't decided what our sleeping arrangements are going to be.
I volunteer to sleep with Sophia.
Oh, no, I think I should sleep with Ma. I mean, we've done it many times before. We always get along just fine.
Except when you're sick. You remember the time you had bronchitis?
Oh, honey, I was really ill.
What else is on your list, Dorothy?
I wanted to entertain people.
Oh, you an entertainer?
Well, yes. I was in the drama club. I was also voted the most humorous girl in my class.
She went to a special school for the dull.
I did not.
Okay, it's time.
You'll just have to go on without me.
Go on without you. Honey, this is not a wagon train. This is a double date. It doesn't work that way. It's a both of us or nothing.
You'll just have to cancel your date, too.
Cancel my date? With Larry? Oh, Dorothy, how long have you been...
At Doug's wake, people got up and said wonderful things about him. But he wasn't there to hear it. I don't want that to happen to me. I want to hear how people feel about me. I want to be there to listen as they salute my grace, my wit, my inner beauty.
Ma, writers cost money.
Front is the first step back. I think Bertrand Russell said that. Or was it Nipsey Russell? I get them confused. They're both so witty.
You're right, Grandma. I'm not fine. He really hurt me. I feel so alone.
Honey, you are not alone. You have your family with you, and your grandma and your...
Understand little.
Nurse Defarge, right on time.
Of course I'm right on time. I'm always on time. You know what happens when a nurse is late? People die.
Well, then,
You got a date Saturday night.
Better. Ma, we're going away for the weekend. Just the two of us. So pack your bags. We're off to a cabin in the Keys.
Wait a minute, Dorothy. You pulled this one on me once before. Remember Shady Pines Retirement Village?
About getting married?
Yes.
Or that I'm not used to being with a beautiful woman like you?
Yes.
Or that I'm just a naive, inexperienced man?
Yes.
No. It's none of those things, Blanche. It's because
He is gorgeous, isn't he, girl? There's not a woman at the museum who hasn't been after him from the day he arrived.
Oh, women can be so silly. They think because you are an artist, you must also be a great lover. They think because you are...
Not so fast, Eduardo. What are you going to do with me?
You have good bones. Yes, this is a strong, noble face full of wisdom and sincerity. You could be a Greek goddess.
Oh, go on, Eduardo.
Don't know him.
Rose, exactly what did he say when you called him?
Well, I'm afraid I was pretty nervous and excited, so I didn't give him much chance to say anything.
But he accepted your invitation.
I told him I wouldn't take no for an answer. Well, I better finish getting ready. Oh,
Performs?
Oh, come on, George. It means that we just did something together and it felt great. And we've got to do more of that without the kids. But you're never here.
What do you want me to do, Renee?
Cut back on your practice.
What do I do? Tell a guy in cardiac arrest I can't see you? I'm meeting my wife for sushi?
George, and I'll raise you a quarter. By the way, Rose, your shoe is untied.
I'm too smart for you, Sophia. You're not going to distract me this time. Besides, I'm wearing pumps.
Your pump is untied.
Oh, thanks.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so sit down and have a glass of juice with me.
Okay, I will. Ma, you wouldn't be playing a joke on me with this glass, would you?
Of course not.
Of course not. Because, you know, I know how much fun you have playing practical jokes on people.
Dorothy, I told you it's over. Okay. Drink your juice.
Okay, Ma, I will. Wait, Ma.
Om Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram. Sai Sai. Jai Jai Sai. Sai Sai. Jai Jai Sai.
Om Sai Jai Sai Jai Jai Sai.
Jai Jai Sai.
Om Sai Jai Sai Jai Jai Sai.
Jai Jai Sai.
Om Sai Jai Sai. Om Sai Jai Sai.
Om Sai Jai Sai. Om Sai Jai Sai.
Om Sai Jai 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 Jai Sai.
Sai 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 Sai. Om Sai. Om Sai Jai Sai Jai Jai Sai.
Jai Jai Sai.
Om Sai Jai Sai Jai Jai Sai.
Om Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram.
भक्ति भावाने चालतो या पायी भक्ति भावाने भक्ति भावाने भक्ति भावाने भक्ति भावाने भक्ति भावाने चालतो या पायी साई भेटीची लागलिया घाई
साई भेटीची लागलिया घाई.
साई साई जय जय साई 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 जय जय साई जय साई जय जय साई
जय जय साई
ओम साई जय साई जय जय साई
जय जय साई
ओम साई जय साई ओम साई जय साई
ओम साई जय साई ओम साई जय साई
ओम साई जय 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 जय साई
साई साई साई साई ओम साई ओम साई जय साई जय जय साई
जय जय साई
ओम साई जय साई जय जय साई
जय जय साई
ओम साई जय साई जय जय साई
ओम साई राम ओम साई राम ओम साई राम ओम साई राम